Hi, this is Katie Weeks, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I want to tell you what's going on. I'm joining a hop today with the other Makers with Heart, and we are going to be doing all things Wildberry. And we have a beautiful collection of things that are available in Wildberry, and I'm going to combine some of those things with something new today. And you see there's a special going on as well. There is a link in my description below if you want to find out more about Wildberry Blast. Today I'm going to be using the paper pack in full bloom along with the stamp sets in full bloom, the scrapbooking, and hydrangea blooms. Hydrangea blooms is something that the consultants can get as a rewards stamp set. So I'm going to walk you through the process of what I have to make this layout. I started off with two of the papers that come in the In Full Bloom paper pack, and I inked the edges. I sponged the edges with a cosmetic brush with Wildberry ink. Then I cut a 9x9 square of Wildberry glitter paper, and then I cut several squares of the other In Full Bloom papers and some black cardstock into 3x3 squares. Then I took those squares and I cut them diagonally to get triangles. And I took some time to arrange these triangles the way that I might want them on top of that glitter paper. And I even changed it as I was putting things down. I tried to put approximately 3 of each design and spread out those 3. Some of these triangles will be covered up eventually with some other things as I go and add on some embellishing. Then I'm going to get ready to do the accompanying page, and I'm going to cut the glitter paper, the Wildberry glitter paper, into 3.5-inch squares, and then some of the extra triangles I cut in half again. So that In Full Bloom paper that was cut into 3-inch squares was cut diagonally and then halved again. And then I used those small triangles on 3 of these squares that you're going to see on this page that I used as the accompanying page. Now, these little triangles I mixed up and put on some of the squares, and you could actually put a photo on top of them and just use it as part of the background, or you can use them as a decorative element and leave it on the page. Either way. My final pictures, they just show it as a decorative element. You notice there's another 3-inch square in the bottom right-hand corner on the last piece of glitter paper, and that one is going to be used to layer up some other flowers as a decorative element as well. Okay, next I'm going to start the stamping with the In Full Bloom scrapbooking stamp and thin cut set, as well as the rewards stamp set that makers can order that is called Hydrangea Blooms. And I did kind of play with inking a spot, and I'm going to stamp over that in a minute, but I'm going to stamp all of these in the intense black ink, and then I'm going to cut them out. I won't make you watch me cut all of those out, and I'm going to thin cut out the large flower that goes from the In Full Bloom stamp set, and then I'm going to work on inking them up. So to color them, I'm actually going to use the makeup blender brush and the Wildberry ink, and then I'm also going to use my Tri-Blend Spectrum Noir Citrus Green Blend marker for the leaves, and I will eventually go in and add some glacier that I'm going to use with a makeup brush to sponge on as well. The In Full Bloom paper pack and the Love Story paper pack both have sticker sheets that I thought worked wonderful, and I colored them with the same Tri-Blend marker and the same inks for sponging, and I think they turned out pretty cute. It might not all be the same flowers, but I think that's okay. And I think it goes enough with the original paper that it'll all work. And when we have flowers bloom, hopefully we have a lot of flowers that bloom, right? You notice here I'm adding some thin 3D foam tape, and if it's a part that's overlapping on a picture, I just did not remove the backing on that foam tape. That way it does not adhere down to that photo placeholder spot. So that won't cause any problems. It just keeps everything at the same level. And I'm just layering up all the pieces that I had cut out and all of the leaves and trying to decide the best placement. This honestly takes me the longest probably. It's just trying to decide how I like to place everything. And then I'm going to have flowers in the bottom left of that first layout, and then at the top left of the right hand layout, and then the bottom right of the right hand layout. And that'll give me my visual triangle with all of those flowers and bouquets. And you see that I'm adding a little bit of glacier on top of that wild berry, and it really made them look so much more lifelike. And then off camera at the end of all of this, I also went in with a clear shimmer brush and added it to all of the flowers and to the title that I eventually add on here. And I really liked all of the sparkle and shine it added. It really made it cohesive with all of that glitter paper, I think. Since I don't know what I'm going to put on for pictures yet, I needed kind of a generic title, and the Info Bloom sticker sheet had a title that just said, "It's a Good Life," and I thought that was perfect. So I took that makeup sponge that I was blending with, and I sponged just very lightly the wild berry. Like, it just adds a very, very soft pink. It's not as bold as what I have on the whole thing on the outside of the papers, but it just helped blend it in so that it wasn't such a stark white. And I used the thicker 3D foam tape to pop up that title. So that is the highest thing that I have on this layout. And then I got out my wild berry sequins, and I used my micro glue dots, and I took the strip and I just added the sequins with my pickup tool, and then I was able to get a good adhesion with those micro glue dots so that they did not pop off. So coming up here in a few minutes will be some still shots as well as some close-ups that should show you all the sparkle and shine. And then I want to encourage you to go see all of the other Makers with Heart. We started on the 10th of this month, and for a full week we will be showing things that you can do with wild berry, since that is our promotion. And again, my link to that wild berry blast is in the description below, along with all of my products and the other Makers with Heart. If you've enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a big thumbs up, and that you will consider subscribing to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell and turn on all the notifications so you know every time I have something put up on YouTube. I'd like it if you could leave a sweet comment and even share this with your crafty friends. I hope you'll have a blessed day.